We have our next question which says, given the file details sites.csv, so we have some comma delimited data being provided as part of the screenshot, which has information related to investigator name, state, specialty, visit fee. And there are three rows corresponding to Jones Thomas, Smith Mary, Kumar Sanjay. So which means the header is present and three rows of data. And then it says a SAS program is submitted and produces the following log entry. So we have been given the SAS code which has been submitted and the log message is produced when this code is submitted. So the question is, which option would you need to add to the infile statement to clear the notes from this log? So there are two notes which says there is actually one note which is not acceptable. It says invalid data for visit fee in line 1 from columns 35 to 43. So line 1, if you see we have been given the ruler to identify the column positions. At line 35 is like this is it starts at 0. This 1 stands for 10, then 2 stands for 20, and 3 stands for 30. The intermediate plus sign stands for the fifth position. So 35. So 3 is 30, and the plus sign after the 3 means it is the 35th position. So it says from 35th to 43 position there is invalid data. So let us see how the data is being read in when this data step. So we have an infile statement which is actually referring to the data contained in the CSV file. So data infile sites.csv. So they have specified that the delimiter is comma and they have also used DSD option. So which DSD stands for delimiter sensitive data. And then we have this input statement which says investigator name followed by dollar, which means investigator name is read into a character variable. The first piece of information is being read into a variable named investigator name and it is a character variable. And the second piece of information is being read into a variable called state and it is of character type. Similarly for specialty, it is third piece of information is being read into specialty variable of character type. And the fourth piece of information is specified is being read into a variable named as visit fee and no dollar sign is specified, which means that it is being read into a numeric variable. So we have the header information followed by three lines of data. So technically what should have been done here is we should have read the data from row 2 as the first row corresponds to the header. If we need to specify that your particular line number for to read the data from, we need to use an option called first OBS is equal to on the infile statement. So let us see if we have an option which talks about first OBS is equal to. The first OBS is actually the header, so we should have started reading it from the second line. So the exact option which we are looking for is first OBS is equal to 2. So yes, we have the first option, very first option of the four options provided has the first OBS is equal to 2. So but let us take a look at the other options before we conclude that this is the correct answer. So the second option says miss over. So what the miss over option does is if we have specified n number of variables on the input statement, if we have lesser number of values in a record, so the miss over option indicates to SAS that to go on to the next line to read the information for the remaining variables. So but that option does not actually resolve our message which we have shown here. And then the next option is about logical record length LRECL is equal to 2. It is actually specifying the record length in the CSV file. So it is actually used to specify that the number of columns of data that can be expected in the input data set. So if we have more number of uh, lines or columns of data in the text file, we can increase it by using LRECL is equal to 2. So, but here what we needed is to skip the header in the CSV file, but not to increase the width or the number of characters to be read from the text file. So this option is also not the correct option. And then it is the last option which says start is equal to 2, but we do not have an option called start is equal to. In fact, it has to be first OBS is equal to. So the correct option seems to be the first option. Let us check if this is the correct one or not. Yeah, the screen turned green. Our response was the option with first OBS, and the correct option is also the same.